morning. We are here to meet a Swasthya warrior, a couple basically Swasthya warriors, and also gain some knowledge, learn from their experience. So let me welcome Harshita and Venkat. Hello, Venkat and Harshita. Good morning.
Hi, Bhargavi. Good.
Wonderful. So I'll straight away start with the interview. Venkat, I would request you to go ahead with the introduction, and then Harshita will also can do the introduction, and then we can take it up forward. You're on mute, I guess.
Hi, Bhargavi. Hi, everyone. I am Venkat from Bangalore, and I work in the private sector. And I am father of a 3-year-old son. And I'm happy to tell that I have reduced 20 kilos in 4 months, and it's already a year I'm maintaining the same. And I'm very much proud about that.
Hi, everyone. I'm Harshita. Same as Venkat, even I work in the private firm, and we are living in Bangalore. And mine is actually a post-pregnancy, fat increase. I have put on about 25 kilos post, baby. I'm on my journey still. I've lost about 10 kilos still now, and it's continuing basically. So that's a small, note about me.
Wonderful. So my first question will be for Venkat. Venkat, can you please brief me about what was in your mind when you were thinking of weight loss, and how did you get started?
Okay, it is about 15 years. I was heavy, and I was around 83 kilos. Post then your COVID came in 2020, and 2 things happened to me personally. One was my son was born, and another thing is I put on 10 more kilos. I reached 93. I also had a ligament tear on my leg while playing cricket, and I had an ACL cut, but I was managing with that without any surgery because I'm not a sports person. So when I reached 93, I was finding it very difficult to manage myself to do any activity. It was very difficult because of the weight. And son was born, and I was not able to handle him, and even to carry him for 5 minutes, I'm getting tired. So that is the time I thought I have to fix this soon, because it is going without any lock point. So that is where we decided we have to do something. While doing that, we were doing the health screening, which is a routine, where we found most of my parameters are not in line. Cholesterol is high, and sugar level is slightly going up. So that point, suddenly we saw my wife's colleagues transformation in social media, Facebook. So by seeing that, I was very curious, how did he reduce the weight? And he was similar to me, and now he has completely reduced it. So we approached him. He guided us to Swasthya, and Swasthya guided us to you, Bhargavi. Lucky to get you, and now I'm sitting in front of you and talking. Finally landed.
So inspiring. So what were the benefits that you were able to experience during the journey and after the journey, basically?
Okay. Initially, when we connected with Swasthya, he told me about the eating habits. Okay, and most of the time when they talk about more of workout and eat on portion wise. Here, when we talk about the eating healthy, and more to that, we were talking about not on weight loss. We were talking about being healthy. So when we are being healthy, we are talking about each organs in a body works correctly and functionally and as a unit. So end of the day, people who are even they are not hefty, they are slim. We don't know whether their organs are working fine. So end of the day, our focus is even your health, fat, it's fine. Your organs should end of the day should be working. So that is the learning which I have got. So which I took it further with my my journey had a different, because I was not able to do much workout because of my leg. Okay, so my most of the journey was with healthy food habit and little bit of workout, which I can do based on your suggestion as my coach. And the some tricks which the coaches gives you a bigger value. Finally, when I reduced 15 kilos, after that, the 5 kilos was very difficult to reduce. That some tricks like go for a massage, and that helped us even to reduce the 5 kilos, which is a visceral fat, which is difficult to reduce. So the best thing for Swasthya for us is you start a healthy lifestyle. End of the day, you're not focusing on weight loss, you're focusing on your healthy food habits. In turn, gives you the weight loss, and you're finally fit to look as well.
What a wonderful paradigm shift. You work on your health and the weight loss is a byproduct. Wonderful, wonderfully covered. Thank you so much. My next question will, thank you so much. So my next question will be to you, Harshita. So what was the trigger point for you to start off with the journey?
Okay. Definitely multiple things, Bhargavi. As I just mentioned initially, I put on like post-pregnancy, post-baby, right? It's about 25 kilos. Similar to Venkat, I'm like, being a mother, I'm supposed to be handling, kid 24 hours. Although, I have a helping hand from Venkat, baby wants mother, right? So that became very difficult for me. I was not able to cope up, number one. And number two, my colleague Girish, who had put up his post on Facebook, inspired me, that is something possible. Second thing, mainly at home itself, right? Venkat and I have been married for about 7 to 8 years now. And I've never seen him lose, any weight since the starting, because he was actually overweight. All of a sudden, when he joined Swasthya and when he, changed his food habits and, his routine basically, right? He was shedding down like anything basically. And that was a shocker point. More than me reducing, for me, Venkat, I've never seen him in that shape. That was definitely a trigger point for me that, I need to start. At the same time, even he motivated me to do that. So that's how, I landed here.
Wonderful, great. So was the journey very smooth? Was the transition very smooth for you, or were there any challenges? What did you do about it?
Good question. To be frank, it was not smooth for me, Bhargavi. For Venkat, yes, it was actually smooth because look, we are a vegetarian basically, right? Venkat is already used to, eating vegetables. But in my case, I was not at all. I was mostly rice eater, roti eater, anything and everything that I go out and, chill with friends and all of that. That's how I was basically. But getting converted to healthy eating was not in my mind, and I never thought I would do that. I still remember, Bhargavi, I don't know if you remember initial days when you and I connected. I told I'm not able to do this, Bhargavi. Then your question was, tell me one vegetable that you like. Answer might be funny. I told I can eat only tomato, nothing else. Right? I'm sure you remember that. So that's how my journey started. But if you look at me today, even today, I'm shocked that I don't eat rice. I don't eat even roti. Every day, my food is a bowl full of vegetables and, a lot of things. I think it's not like a overtime that changed. It's mindset. And I'm sure I got a push from you. You broke it down so well that from eating just one tomato, I'm never a veggie eater. But now today, I'm like, I eat like a lot of healthy choices food. Even if I go outside, I'm specific about it. So it was not an easy, just to summarize.
But what a transition, I must say. It is a very wonderful journey that you have had. What are the lifestyle changes that you have been observing from the past 1 year that the Venkat has transformed? Can you please put us on top 3 pointers?
Sure, definitely. Number one, definitely the food that I spoke about, right? The food has given a very drastic change in our lifestyle. We don't bring, we get rice, atta to and dal and all that to our house for the guest. But earlier we used to buy kilos of that. Now every day we buy like kilos of vegetables at home. So that is definitely a change that we have been seeing. To be frank, there are multiple changes, but since you asked 3, what is coming to my mind, I'm just saying. Number two, so Bhargavi, last month, we actually did our one more health checkup because we are already in our 30s. So it's recommended that we do every year, right? So we did a health check last month in December, and everything was, within the ranges and all that can be hemoglobin, cholesterol, iron, and all that. And we went to a general doctor that we visit. And Venkat was more, interested in, enthusiastic to explain doctor what he actually eat and what we actually eat at home. So when we actually explained it to doctor, he was very happy to hear that. And he asked us, continue what you are eating. Don't come to me for next 2 to 3 years with this report is not required. Come to me only if you have fever, cold, or cough. So that was doctor's statement. Just putting it because we just did in December. That's just came to my mind. Third point, if I have to talk about, probably I'll unconsciously, we have started, even my kid has started to, eat that basically. See, look, at home, we both are working, we have a kid, and we both cook. It's not that I cook basically, right? Both of us cook basically. So my son divides and says, these are daddy's vegetables and these are mummy's vegetables. Right, so he knows and he eats that basically. He takes everything raw and he starts eating. So we see that unconsciously change in our kid, that he eats vegetables. That's number one. And another thing that I have to talk about is Venkat's parents are 75-80-year-old. That's there, and they are, because due to medical conditions, they have very strict diet food basically. So when we started, when we changed ourselves and started eating what we are eating right now, even my in-laws eats that at times for breakfast or at times for, lunch. And they feel that's the, right thing to eat. And their doctors are also okay, that they want them to eat it basically. I mean, this is not consciously with it, when two of us are eating that at home, other two also wants to eat that. And they're happy about, eating this basically. There are multiple things like this, but thought I'll just bring this up. I think another fun part, if I have to tell, so we were on an 8-hour drive in the car. So what happens, my son eats breakfast, lunch, he will be little cranky when we are on the travel. We generally order, Mosambi juice for him whenever we go out for lunchtime, because he never eats. At times he'll be cranky. I usually say two things when I order Mosambi juice. I say no ice. He has learned that from me. So when I say Mosambi juice, he repeats to the, whoever is taking the order, right. No ice, no sugar. He says no ice, no sugar. He says, he has got that from us, and he himself says that. So just a fun part to it, but multiple changes like this, Bhargavi.
Wonderful. What a reward. What a reward that the kid is observing us and learning healthy habits very early on. And what a reward that the parents are picking up healthy habits without us telling them. And then it is a priceless gift, I would say. Thank you so much for sharing that. Last thing, Venkat, we have been discussing that you have not lost weight from the past 1 year, and you're super proud of it. I know. I'm also super proud of it. Can you please give us some pointers to actually maintain weight?
Okay. Most important point is, whenever you are 93 and you have reduced your weight to 73, when people see it and when they come and tell you how you have reduced, even the facial, the weight and the chubbiness have reduced comparatively, they were shocked. You have reduced the weight, but how come the face has reduced? That is what they tell. When that is itself is a motivation, and you never want to reduce back, go back to the same 93 kilos again, and you want to just continue, so that you feel when people tell that, you get self-motivated and you start doing it. That is one. Another thing is, when you do, when we were doing it for 4 months, right? So 4 months, it's we keep doing the same thing, eating healthy food. It becomes a routine for us. Once it becomes a routine, it becomes a lifestyle as well. Post then, we prefer only this, and you don't want to do anything extra on it. You follow your routine. It becomes like daily you're going for a normal brushing and stuff. Similar thing, it's your eating habits. So it becomes a routine. That is how I didn't do anything extra for that. It's all in your mind. Whenever you're able to control your taste buds, right? And you actually can rule the world if you're able to control your taste buds. So similarly, your taste bud and your mind should sync together. Whenever your mind says no, your taste bud should listen to it, because we are Indians who love spicy food, and we always crave for it. So it actually should have a mutual understanding between your taste buds and your mind. That is the second point. The third point, since I was hefty, I was telling you I was not able to do any activity. Post then, when I become so now reduced my weight, I'm active every time, and I can do a lot of work without any hindrance, any difficulty. Now I can run with my son at his pace, who's 3 years of old. You know how much he will jump inside the house. I'm able to run with him. Also, simultaneously with him, I'm able to cook the food also. Of what means, if I cook, I know what is added to it. So I am happy that what is going on to inside for me and for her also. It's easy for us. So that is the third point, which is actually pushing me, and I like to do it for years together.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing so many things with us. Thank you for sharing a part of your life with us. It was really inspiring. Looking forward to hear from Harshita more when she completes her transformation, definitely. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Most welcome. So now we'll go ahead with the knowledge sharing session, wherein I would request Avni to come on board on the virtual stage and discuss about the hair loss that people generally experience and how we can make some changes in our lifestyle and fix it. Over to you, Avni.
Yeah, thank you, Bhargavi. Hi, everyone. Good morning. It was an amazing journey of Venkat and Harshita, really inspiring. When a couple does it together, you really get inspired, and you are going through, like, you are following it together. So you are always motivated and dedicated to the program, definitely, and to the healthy habits also. I'll quickly share my screen. Can somebody please confirm it's visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
So today we are going to discuss on, like, what are the causes for your hair fall and some solutions to work on it. So the first thing, let's discuss how is the hair growth cycle designed, right? There are 3 stages for hair growth, where first stage is anagen, where you see like nourishment of hair follicle via blood supply, and the hair grows from the hair follicle, right? So this stage lasts for almost 2 to 8 years. This phase is almost like where 85 to 90% of your hair is on your head. So this is the first stage where your hair grows. Second stage is called as catagen, where you see that the hair follicle shrinks and takes about 2 to 3 weeks, where the blood supply is getting reduced and the hair follicle gets weakened gradually. The third stage is called telogen, where we see, like, about 2 to 4 months at the end of this phase, the hair falls from the hair follicle. So there's a complete cycle. Hair will grow, stay there, will get detached from the hair follicle, and again the new hair will come up, right? So this is a complete cycle. So it depends how live your hair follicle is. If it is dead, there are rare chances that the new hair will grow up. But some life, if it is there might be a chances that there will be a regrowth of your hair, right? Coming to second part, that is symptoms of hair loss. Because many people think, like, hair, like, I'm having, but if it is like gradually thinning off from the top of your head, if you see the line is going back, or in case of females, the center part, or like in the males, male pattern baldness, from the front it will go, and in the center part we'll see the hair is getting like it is getting circular or patchy balds spots, like majorly in the male pattern baldness. Center part, you see the first area where the hair gets reduced. Sudden loosening of hair, like when you're combing your hair, right? You see like there's a more increase in the hair coming out of the, like in the comb, or when you're combing, it's coming down. So you need to observe that. If it is increased, definitely you may need to work on your hair also. So full body hair loss, like in the skin, or like if you see on the facial hair also, or some patches spread over the scalp. This is called alopecia, where on the complete scalp, some areas you see patchy, like the bald, like skin scalp is visible. Not completely all over the hair, but some areas. So this is called as a alopecia. The main causes for your hair fall. There can be family history, if it is hereditary, that your father, grandparents, or somebody had, that will be carried forward. But this can be also prolonged. We can't, there are chances it will go, but we can prolong it. If it is coming now with healthy lifestyle and some changes in your normal routine, you can just prolong it. But if it is a lifestyle issue, we can fix that. Hormonal changes are medical conditions. Somebody is going through some health conditions, or there are a lot of hormonal changes like thyroid, PCOS and everything, you might see a severe hair fall for yourself. Some medication, if you're undergoing any medications also, that might create a side effects. Any stressful event, if you have a loss of your closed one in the family, or some stressful, maybe in the work pressure also, physical, emotional, any kind of stress, if it is there, it might also affect your hair. And if you're trying a lot of like hair treatments or hairstyling, like hairstyle, hair color, everything, that might also reduce the hair. Like there, you can start noticing hair fall. And the last part is nutrition deficiency and restricted diets. Because the basic nutrients we require for our hair, because our hair is made up of keratin, which requires a lot of proteins and basic nutrients for the growth of the hair. And if you're doing a restrictive diet, maybe a crash diet or something, which might reduce the calories also, you end up losing your hair oil. So these are the basic causes, which might be the reason. We need to identify that. But the main reason is a lot of hormonal changes happens, because of which that's the main reason. Because see, people try following some or the other things randomly without understanding what is the problem causing it. So these are the hormonal imbalances, which is the main reason, because hair is inside out. If the problem is in the inside, whatever treatment you will do outside, but internal problem is not fixed, you won't solve it for long term. It's like till the time you will apply some products or something, you'll see results. But if you want to fix the problem from inside, we need to fix this hormonal imbalances. The first thing is called as cortisol hormone. Yeah, so cortisol hormone, this relates to stress. When there's a decrease in cortisol, you go through some, like I mentioned, life situation or stress, or some shock to the body is given, right? So you lose your immune system, which you get onto autoimmune phase, and which will cause a alopecia. As I mentioned, it is a patchy baldness in the hair scalp. And if it is a cortisol is high, so it will be a normal hair loss. You can see gradual hair falling in the normal routine, but the cortisol hormone, which is stress, main stress. So handling stress is very important. Second thing is called as estrogen hormone, which is female hormone, where the estrogen level rises maybe during pregnancy or during period cycle, or taking some birth control pills in women. What will happen? The thyroid function will come down, which results to hair loss. And if there's a low estrogen level, indirectly it is going to impact your testosterone, which will rise the level of testosterone. Third is the insulin hormonal imbalance, where insulin, which converts, insulin may convert to male hormone called androgen. It is a situation like PCOS, where you see facial hair, losing of your hair. This is the main reason. So that reason, insulin might also affect you because of the hair loss. Fourth one is a menopause in females. If there's a reduction in estrogen levels, right? But the other hormone called testosterone gets increased, the DHT, dihydrotestosterone, which if it is increased, there's a severe hair loss. And thyroid hormone, in case of hypothyroidism, you lose your hair, the outer part of your eyebrows, or that is the main reason where thyroid is reason for thyroid is the liver and the gallbladder is not functioning properly. Because see, liver is a main organ of your body. Your hair, skin, everything is related to the liver. If that is only unhealthy, definitely you will notice changes in your skin, hair, nails, everything. And the last one is the testosterone, where there's an increase in testosterone, the dihydrotestosterone will increase, which will burn your hair follicles. So if the hair follicles are burned, the regrowth chances are very less. So if and also the insulin level rises, or maybe the estrogen level will come down. So these are the six basics hormonal imbalances which are going to impact the hair growth, right? So we need to identify whatever problem is there for us and we need to fix accordingly. So some solutions which we would like to recommend is, first thing is a balanced diet. Have a lot of green leafy vegetables and salads and everything, which has a lot of antioxidants, fibers, proteins, and protein-rich foods. Have a lot of sprouts, or maybe you can have coconut also, which is a good fat, which is good for your hair, which will reduce the split ends also. Vitamin B6, which is very important for your hair and skin, which is called as biotin, which will help in improvement of your hair, and it will help in the regrowth also. And the main part is making liver healthy. As I mentioned, liver is a main organ. We want to detoxify it. By eating a lot of green vegetables and vegetables, it will get, but also we need to detoxify, because as the fat gets accumulated around your liver, the functioning gets affected, right? So we want to detox. So special herb called milk thistle helps in detoxing the liver, which is very effective for detoxifying, and definitely it's going to improve the liver health. And the last part is external care, because see, everything is inside out. For internal thing, we'll manage our lifestyle, eat healthy, workout also we'll do so that blood circulation is also there. But external care, what kind of products are you using, that also gets affected. Because if it is very much of the shampoo or whatever you are using, it's more of sulfate and everything, that chemicals are going to affect your hair follicles, and which will hinder the degrowth. So this was what I wanted to share, and I hope I could add some value. And back to host.
Thank you so much, Avni. Thank you for sharing all the nuggets. Yes, we want to work it inside out to get better results. Thank you so much for sharing the nuggets. We are at the end of the session for today. Please join us next Sunday morning to get more of the inspiration and the knowledge sharing. Thank you so much for joining. Till the next week, and goodbye.